The handbell ensemble known as the Back Bay Ringers will hold its 11th annual festival on May 16th, followed by a benefit concert on June 2nd. To tell us about the events is the ensemble's executive director, Donna Matson. Thank you very much for being with us, Donna.
Thank you, Chris.
For people who have not been to one of these events before, talk about what is this like, hearing all these people work together to make these kinds of sounds?
Well, the Boston Handbell Festival is a really unique event because we have five handbell choirs playing two massed pieces. So that's 85 ringers under the direction of one conductor. And we fill the hall of Old South Church, and it's quite a sight to see and a sound to hear. Each of those choirs will also play two separate pieces on their own, but really the highlight of the night is when we give a set of hand chimes to a local area school.
Well, you've got all these different people ringing at different pitches from, way down
Right.
to way up,
Right.
and you're in this structure here. What's that sound like?
It's not to be missed. It's just unbelievable, especially when you have all of them ringing at the same time. There's a precision and a practice that had to go on beforehand, and then we have just a half hour to put the pieces together as an entire ensemble the very evening of the concert. So it's quite a practice.
No, I mean, I've heard about people who go on a career path to be a pianist or a guitarist or something, but what about you? You're a ringer. I mean, how did you get started?
I got started because my children rang with a church choir where we lived in New York, and they have long since grown up and left bells, and I never have. And so when I relocated to the Boston area, I fell in love with Back Bay Ringers and auditioned, and I've been with them for about 10 years now.
Well, in addition to the festival, you also have a benefit concert coming up around Pride Week in June.
Yes.
Tell us what that's going to be, because this is going to be a collaboration, not just people ringing bells.
Absolutely. So it's primarily our spring concert. It's entitled Metamorphosis, and it tells a story of bringing light into darkness. It was inspired by a discussion that our artistic director, Griff Gall, heard by LGBT Asylum Support Task Force. So the benefit is for them. All the ticket proceeds and any donations that night will go to the work of this wonderful nonprofit. And we will have a guest appearance by the group Choral Allegro from Boston. They'll join us for one piece singing while we ring bells.
And what's interesting about this task force is that they work with a population, an LGBT population that might be less visible than others, because these are refugees, I think, from other countries.
They are refugees. So not only have they had to leave their country because of political situations, but also the added pressure of the LGBT tag for them and not being welcomed in their world. And so they've come to Boston. The group originates from Worcester, and it's about us as a community, not just us, the bell ringers, supporting the organization that works so hard to help them make a transition to a new place and a new community that is more welcome and affirming.
Okay. Well, since there is a connection between this event and the terrible things that happened in Orlando last year, what do you do the program around this that's different in terms of what you might be playing at this concert?
Well, the pieces, Griff Gall is a wonderful artistic director. He leads our organization, and he's chosen pieces that speak of discord and distress. And then it changes over the progression of the music, which he'll speak to that night, into hope and light, and how by working together we can make this progression from darkness into light. One of the pieces is Prayer for the Innocents, which was written by a handbell composer, Michael Hellman, directly in memory of those who died at that Orlando shooting. And so it's very poignant for this particular concert.
Well, I want to ask you also about the festival, because one of the things you're doing, in addition to performing, is that you're presenting a set of bells, is it?
Hand chimes. They're aluminum rods, essentially, that mimic the sound of bells, but they are cheaper and much more durable when in the hands of young children. This will be our 11th set that we've donated to a local Boston school. This year it's going to a school up in Danvers. We have a competitive application process each year and a selection committee. And part of our purpose, Back Bay Ringers, is to get education of music into the schools. And so we just feel this is a really important thing that we do every year with partnership with Old South Church.
We should mention that if people want some more information either about the festival or the concert in June, what's the best way to track that down?
Probably our website. It's backbayringers, all one word, .org.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Chris.
Donna Matson from Back Bay Ringers.